It's the High Heel Tea Podcast.
Yes,
Where
sir.
we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick.
Yeah.
6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed Podcast.
Hey.
And it's the podcast, and it's the High Heel.
Hey, welcome back to the High Heels and Tea Podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
And y'all, we are back for another solo episode. We're going to stop announcing this solo. Obviously. Obviously. I think last year, because we went so hard with collaborations, that when we finally did a solo episode, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, all right, at this point.
It's us, y'all.
At this point, it's us
Welcome
again.
back. Welcome back.
It's us again. Wait, you did say this is Rihanna?
I did.
Oh, shit. I started talking so much, I ain't even heard you.
It's us.
All right. What you got for us?
What I got for us? I was supposed to have something for us.
Yeah, all notes on that paper. You know, we got our notes. We got our notes, you know.
The facilitation. So being that it is a new year, we're bringing in 2025.
Did I give you my notes?
No. What are
I had to.
No, ain't nothing. This no.
Hold on. This your handwriting. This your handwriting. Yeah, give me that.
I'm like, no, I
Put it
didn't.
right here. Look at all these notes.
I'm like, no. Yeah, I haven't got no notes.
Yes. Boom. Okay. Boom. Like this is what we said last episode.
Oh my God.
That's why I was like, hold on, you just got the notes.
Nah, but
Okay.
for 2025, let's just talk about us and where we see our endeavors being and where we want to be and what we want 2025 to give us.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell me about what are some things that you have on your agenda for 2025.
So we kind of mentioned this on that one episode, but alignment. I've talked to you. Did I talk to you? No, I think I was talking to Pash, but I just talked about how I finally feel so good to just be my full self, because I'm somebody that's really reserved. I reserve certain things about me unless you really know me. But now it's like I just kind of got into this just real like creative weirdo space that I'm in. But it's not even like a space. It's so not weirdo in like a crazy or scary way, but just different. And that's me. It's always been me. Like I've always just been who I am, goofy, silly, all those things, just like weird stuff and all of that. And so now it's like, okay, I don't mind expressing it out loud. And it's still something that, again, I'm one of those to love me is to know me type of people. But that's something that I'm excited about getting out this year, just showing it more. But other than that, yeah, for me, it's just alignment. A lot of, I want to take a trip by myself.
Okay.
I've been seeing this little like resort. I think it's in Arizona or somewhere. But I'm like, I really want to take time and spend like 5 days by myself out of town, because one of the misconceptions people have is because I travel is like, oh, she doing that, she doing this. And it's like, you understand, everything I do is always of service for someone. I'm never doing really things for me. And so
it's just like a relaxation trip.
Yeah, that's something that I want to do. So those are the things that come to mind. I'm sure it's a couple of other things. I do got like a bucket list of 10 things. So this is what I do every year before the new year. What I do is I create bucket lists. So I really don't try to do like, I gotta go to stop or start, because I'm someone that does, again, that self-monitoring all the time. So I really change as I see fit. But I got goals attached to doing things and exploring that makes me feel connected with myself. It can make me feel connected with someone else, but that's more so to what I got going on.
Name one of your things on your bucket list?
Yeah, so one of the things on my bucket list is to go to, for instance, a WNBA game,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
So
That
I
was something you wanted to do
do
last year.
exactly. So that rolled over to next year, and then I also want to still do an NBA game.
Mhm.
So those are two things that off the top of my head is like, okay, these two things is what I want to do. So, but yep, that's what I got going on, and it's 10 things, and it's just stuff that I just be
It's
like,
just
dang.
random stuff.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's oh, I want to travel. I want to find this art this artist. She does these art shows or
Okay.
whatever, and I want to travel and actually experience her art
Mhm.
because it's very different from everyone else's. And so hopefully she come to St. Louis. If she doesn't, I literally want to
Go
just
find her.
go find her and do that. So I got that on my bucket list. Like I got a couple of things on my bucket list. Yeah. 2025
Cool.
bucket list.
2025.
What about you? What about you?
Um, I think, like I said, we did kind of talk about this a
Mhm,
while ago, but it's just more so taking chances and
mhm,
just staying consistent.
mhm,
Just basically, um, being in a space where I'm just fully happy with myself,
mhm,
as well as just keep learning.
mhm,
I just want to keep learning.
mhm,
I want to start doing things differently. Um, than what I've been used to doing. Like just changing up my patterns, just doing things that are like more positive in the light that I need to become a better person.
mhm,
Um, One of the things in my bucket list is I really want to go back to school.
mhm,
I really, really do. I really want to get in this space where I'm like educating myself more. Like I want to get my master's. At first, I was kind of confused about what I wanted to get my master's in,
mhm.
but like everybody always telling me about how good I am with communicating and talking to people, and like all strangers always coming to talk to me or sit on my couch
Yeah,
to be. And I think psychology would be a good place for
to
me to be.
explore. Yeah.
Yeah, to explore,
Mhm,
because I took a couple of undergrad courses when I was in undergrad, and I really, really enjoyed it.
yeah.
I think that would be good. I always was saying like I wanted to do something along the lines of my job with health physics,
Mhm.
but I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah, you
Uh,
going deep in it.
like I like it. I like the math. I like the
Mhm,
science. I like those type of dynamics. But as I'm growing as an individual, I
mhm,
feel that God has something else for me to do. He
mhm,
has a calling to be he has a calling on me to be this person that is more communicative,
mhm.
that can talk to anything or just learn about more stuff when it comes to people in a way that we think. So that's why I'm at.
So your purpose you feel is shifting
Yes.
to that space. That's dope. That's
Yes.
dope. I love that. That
Yes.
sounds beautiful. I had another question to it. I just leave it at there. I'll come back around. That's dope
Yeah.
because I could definitely number one see you definitely in this space, and it kind of also aligns something that you ain't mentioned. Oh, I know what the question was. Something you ain't mentioned was the poems and stuff that you do
Mhm.
too. Like you have this healing energy when you are talking to someone, when you are being intimate with your communication.
Mhm.
Do you think that the pod doing the podcast has helped you kind of shift to that purpose and explore it, or
I think that it has, but I think I'm like people don't think that I'm shy, but
Mhm,
I'm shy. Like
mhm,
it's certain things that I don't automatically feel comfortable about. A lot of the stuff that like I do, you pulled out of me more
mhm,
so.
mhm,
But I am like really like I'm not really a spotlight person. I'm cute. I know that I have good energy. I
mhm,
know, the looks that I get when I walk into a room, but a lot of stuff that I be wanting to do, like I look at people on social media, especially like when it comes to like dressing and stuff that it'd be like I be wanting to make little videos and do all these other things because I feel like I could definitely do that.
mhm.
It's just that I think that I haven't really tapped into that space yet.
What you think make you? Why do you define yourself as shy? Because no,
Because
no.
I don't be feeling comfortable doing it.
So is it like it's uncomfortable because it's new to you, or what is the uncomfortableness of showing yourself in that light? Because
I don't
you.
know. I don't know. I think like I don't like people in my business.
Mhm,
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the Capricorn in me. Like
mhm,
I'm just kind of like not really reserved
mhm.
because when we talk, I say
Yeah,
whatever, I do whatever.
yeah.
But it's more so it's like when I'm doing things by myself, it's
Mhm,
like I get kind of apprehensive.
You start thinking about everything from I guess like a perspective of people being in your business, or you have to show these different sides that you
Yeah.
have protected
Uh-huh.
maybe for so many years,
Yep.
but this is the side that people really need to see you as, so you can connect with your purpose, because what you show is you, but this ain't all it is to you.
Yeah.
Where you want to, you lean with all everything else, but yes, you could be doing other things that
Yes.
position you more with exactly why
Where I
you,
need to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
as of today. Okay.
I get it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, so all I got to say is to that is that okay, it doesn't sound like self-doubt, but what I would say is that to that space is that that's going to always exist, whether you are doing something in your purpose or not. So why not be in your purpose? It's never, we humans, it never goes away.
Mm-hmm.
I get asked all the time, you don't get nervous? You, everything I do, I get nervous. And I had to learn how to just combat it. Everything I do, I go through some sense of like self-doubt. And I had to learn how to combat it and still show up. And then once it's done, it's just done. And that's just our human brain. It's probably things that we've been through in life. And you've done an excellent job with just, kind of sealing this port up a little bit or protecting this port a little bit. And yeah, that's what you got to show. That's what you got to do.
Got to do
That's
it.
what you got to do, my love.
Hey, you got to do it.
All right, let you have fun. Stuff I don't know. You're supposed to facilitate. She's supposed to facilitate
I'm
this.
supposed to be the
Yeah,
facilitator. I showed y'all my cards, right?
yeah, they saw all them notes you took. They saw all the
So why I'm
notes.
looking down like there's something on her. But
That's hilarious. Because you really look like this, like.
like I was reading something. And then they had said
So my
that
next question will be, that was hilarious.
yes. Let me see. What
shit I could think of.
with us doing the podcast and for as long as we've been doing it for, what would be something that you would tell somebody who would like to start their own podcast?
I would say start.
Okay.
That's it. Start and know why you're starting. I feel like as long as you have your why, you know your what, and then you will help you define your purpose and your superpower with it. So like with the podcast, for a lot of people are introverted with it, and the podcast allow for another superpower to shine, because
Right.
without it you won't see like their true personality or whatever. So understand why you want to do it, what's going to happen when you do it, and know how it aligns with you. But if you got all those answers, just do it.
Just
And
get
it's
it
the
done.
podcasting is one of the easiest things to do, to get started doing. You don't need much to get started. You know how we started. You don't need much to get started. Just do it.
Get it done.
And then you got to think like, if as long as you're not doing it for validation for people, because your downloads ain't gonna look the best, your response probably ain't gonna look the best. You probably gonna think like, oh, I gotta talk about certain things to get the attention.
Yeah.
Like as long as you stay true to yourself and you do it, you should feel fulfilled with it and successful with it. So I say just do it.
Just do it like Nike.
Yeah, just do it. So
Get it done.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Love language.
Okay.
Love language dilemmas is what this is titled as.
Love
Okay.
language dilemma.
I ain't kicking you, am I?
No, you're
No,
fine.
okay. I'm kicking the couch.
Trying to keep me-
Can you
me down.
be with someone who doesn't suffice your love language? But before we get to the question,
Woo.
what are your love languages?
My love languages are touch sometimes, because sometimes I don't like nobody.
So is that your love
It
language?
is, 'cause
Okay.
I'm touchy feely.
Okay.
But sometimes, like I say, sometimes I don't be wanting to be touched because that's just, I guess, my space. But I love to be touched, and I think it's just depending on my mood. My love, one of my biggest love languages is not having to ask. I'm a considerate person. I love to be considerate. I love to like show up for people that I love when I feel like they need me. And I feel like I do it genuinely, and I feel like people should do that for me as well. So it's probably not the best thing, but that is one of my love languages. Like just like say for instance with the snow. kind of similar to what we was talking about. If you can't be available to help assist,
Mhm,
you can always assist in some way. Whether it be, hey, I sent you some salt,
mhm,
blah blah blah, or anything. It's just the small, genuine things that basically tells you that this person shows up for
mhm,
you.
mhm,
So like things like that, whether it be, you know, like kind of like Farron, she's really good at that. Like
mhm,
she's a really considerate person.
mhm,
Like in anything that she can do, she will show up for you
mhm.
in that way. And yeah, that's a really big situation to me. Another one of my love languages is communication. I
Mhm.
feel like because I haven't always had the ability to communicate with people on a positive level,
Yeah.
when you're able to communicate properly and talk in an intellectual way, it makes me feel good because it makes me feel like I can talk to you and you can understand me
Mhm.
without you thinking that it's something that I'm coming down on you about, but instead you're open minded to the possibility of what could be or what could not be.
Mhm.
Like just communication is a really big one for me
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's just like I feel like that's why a lot of people run into brick walls because they don't know how to communicate.
True.
And people shut down because they don't know how to
Yep.
communicate. And I feel like a lot of relationships fail because of the lack of
Lack of communication.
communication.
Yep, yep.
And you said, and what was the other question?
So after identifying your love language, can you be with someone who doesn't suffice your love language?
I can't. I can't be with somebody at this point in my life for like just being in different types of relationships and being, in different spaces with people.
Mhm.
Their love languages is something that are high on your list
Yeah,
of priorities
yeah.
to come with in a relationship. And when you can't do that, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be 100% happy with yourself or with your relationship because you got to keep telling somebody how to love you.
Mhm.
When in reality, when you're around them, you're supposed to be paying attention to a person and how to love them. But then it also comes with, if they don't know that communication piece,
Mhm.
I should be able to communicate
Communicate.
with you how I feel and why I feel the way that I feel.
Yeah.
And then if you don't know how to communicate properly, you're never going to understand
Yeah.
or take in what I need you to do. So,
Unexpected communication. Well, yeah, unexpected communication just leads to dysfunction
yes.
and it also leads to misrepresentation. So
Mhm.
you have to know how to communicate. And if you don't communicate, that's on you. But if you communicate and the
Yeah.
person ain't receiving what you communicate,
Communicating.
then you have to communicate to yourself.
That ain't going to work out.
So you can't know how to communicate to somebody else, but don't know how to communicate
Yeah.
to yourself. Like,
No.
what are we feeling? We ain't feeling this. We need to go.
That
Okay.
part. What about you?
I'm with you. I feel like my love language is all of them, but I
Mhm.
think that they are just in different sequence.
Mhm.
But I'm real big on touch. I'm real big on affirmation, words of affirmation as well.
Yeah.
I'm big on
Support.
everything. Support. I'm big. I like do everything.
I
Do
think support
everything.
kind of goes into the consideration
It
category.
it
So,
does. An inconsiderate person is just the worst because it's just like nobody have time for that, you know. And so, to what your point is, like, okay, if it's snow outside and you being inconsiderate to where you show up in some capacity,
mhm.
whether you send me a list of people that you know that do the service, send some
Man.
salt, or come do it yourself. Like the fact that you just an inconsiderate person, like that's things that sucks, you know. I can't deal with that either.
Yeah.
But so to me, no, because obviously, if you're not doing the things that I feel most connected to and I love, even if I communicate with you, I give you the
Mhm.
grace to have that communication. So that way you know, then why would I stay here?
Yep.
I don't feel love. I'm only going to torture you and myself.
Yep.
And I don't want to do that. You know,
Mm-mm.
I want to do you the pleasure in myself and exit left. And then you can go be yourself with somebody else.
Yeah.
And they might love it. And
Uh-huh.
and everything you're doing might suffice for them, but it just doesn't suffice for
Exactly.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah,
True
girl.
that. True
We ain't liking it.
that.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask another question, then I'm gonna pass it back over to you. Okay.
Okay.
Would you go on a second date with someone who brings their kids on the first?
Who brought that kid on the first
Yeah, they
date?
brought their kid on
Was
the
it a kid date though? Did we communicate
Nah.
about us bringing
Mm-mm,
like? Because I could have brought my kids too.
mm-mm. No. Boy,
I
boy,
could
the
have brought my
way.
kids. But No, because
I'm gonna take this
there
out.
goes that lack of communication. Because if we planned a date,
Yeah.
and say for instance you are a single dad,
Mhm.
and
It's your week.
your babysitter fell through or whatever the situation may have been,
Mhm.
what you supposed to do? Communicate.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just supposed to show up. Say we said we're gonna meet each other
And
at the
step on.
restaurant. I'm
Yeah.
gonna show up and you just got your daughter there with you.
Mhm.
Like, no, that's not nice, and that's
Yeah.
not how that works. Like, it takes 2 seconds to pick up a phone and call somebody to let them know what's going on, or to even text them to say, hey, my babysitter fell through.
Mhm.
Would you like to reschedule?
Mhm.
Or if you can't reschedule, could we do something centering around them? But in reality, honestly, I wouldn't though, because I'm really big on kids, and I don't feel like you should bring your kids around somebody that you just meeting.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not. So how about we just reschedule
Mhm.
and we talk about something different later?
Mhm.
I don't feel like, I shouldn't be around your kid the
Yeah.
first time I meet you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
That's what.
acceptable at all.
Yeah, that's what I was at with it. Too. I was like, the fact I don't want to see your kid. The fuck? How you bring it here for?
I don't want to see your kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nobody.
I wouldn't even be honestly, because of my life and my lifestyle. I wouldn't be with somebody with a baby or a kid.
Oh
You
yeah,
need
not
a
a little kid.
babysitter still to where you can maneuver. Not that young, because I understand. Like I think in the state of Missouri, you got to be like 11 years or older. So I don't want to say that to be that exact, but if it's that young, yeah, we probably
Yeah,
wouldn't even be
because
talking.
you
And
already got some situation going on because you got baby mama drama.
mm,
Because if you got a little kid like that, then a toddler or a baby or an
mhm,
infant, you guys have the possibility to still be intimate or still be in a relationship.
mhm.
So no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
No,
that.
thank
Okay.
you.
Well, okay, what do you think about a man who you're not married to wants you to cook?
I don't think nothing's wrong with that.
Because
That's
this
no
is a
different.
thing.
Yeah, I see that a lot too.
Yeah.
People be saying all the
Y'all be
time,
like, why you just a
I ain't cooking for
girlfriend?
no nigga that ain't my man. But at the same time,
Yeah.
how is he gonna ever know that you have the capacity to cook if you don't cook for him? You know what I'm saying? I feel like those are just romantic things that you could do
Yes,
to
it
be
is.
considerate for somebody.
Yeah.
Whether he cook or you cook or whatever the situation may be,
Mhm.
that's just something you showing this person who you are. You
Mhm.
showing them, it's just like we talked about gifts,
Mhm.
buying gifts for somebody that
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
necessarily being your man, but you could be courting them.
Mhm.
This is just things consideration. You're looking out for them, or they talk about, y'all have conversations about, yeah, I haven't had a home cooked meal in months,
Mhm.
because sometimes people be on the go,
Mhm.
depending on they lifestyles, depending on who they're
Mhm.
around. It's a lot of single men
Mhm.
that like just be on the go. They eat out all the time. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with a home
Yeah.
cooked meal, or just to say, hey, I could do this. Look what
Yeah.
I could do.
Call me. I'll cook for you,
Yeah.
babe. Call me. What's Mike Jones' number?
Mike,
55649.
I'm hollering.
Call me, I'll cook for you. I ain't got no problem with that. Okay.
What do you think about a man who lacks the ability to date you appropriately?
What does that mean?
That means, say for instance,
And I got an idea, but I just want to make sure I'm answering.
they invite you on dates, but the dates that they invite you on, like say for instance, they only like they club dudes,
Mhm.
and the only dates they invite you on is to come to the club or the bar with them.
So, I had a situation, something like that, where the person really went to a lot of bars,
Hmm.
and that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm at the board, like, let's go play pool or something like that, or I don't mind like here and there, but they decompress on Friday nights at the
Hmm.
board, and Saturday is brunch, and then
Yeah.
and I'm like, look, I don't be out in places like this, you know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with it, but yeah, I'm more like, let's go over here, let's
Yeah.
do this. Take me somewhere where don't nobody know my name
Yeah.
type of person. And he understood it and he let that be. So honestly, I will communicate that with you. Like honestly, before you ain't gonna take me to no club or nothing,
Yeah.
but we could go to a concert or things like that. So honestly, if we're dating, those are your things. That's how you live your life. Just live it without me.
Yeah.
And then we'll come together on the things we come together on. And if you want a woman that does this into this and is into that, that's fine too.
That's
I
what you gotta
support
look
that.
for.
Yeah, but it's just not me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna get out my bed and be like, what's going on in Club Plush? All right, I'll be there. I'll meet you there now, baby. Then what we gonna do? Like, hell no, you better leave me alone. Like, you better leave me
Just gonna
alone
be at the bars.
and just leave me alone. Like, yeah, I can get cute real quick, come pop up at you at the bar, you know what I'm saying, and chill. But you got to think I'm not a drinker.
Mm-hmm.
So what we gonna do here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many times you think you're gonna have me to come out to a bar and I
Just to
don't
hang
drink?
out.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
know what I'm saying.
And
So
that lacks intimacy to me as
yeah, it
well
does.
because it's like we're at the bar around all these people. We can't
Yeah,
talk. We
yeah,
can't have
yes,
like a genuine conversation. All we doing is like if this the case, like we might as well just
yes.
stay there.
Yeah, stay at home. So, but we're
Mhm.
gonna go ahead and end this episode on that point, y'all. We just dug in the group chat a little bit more into our notes that we properly prepared for this episode. We hope y'all enjoyed this episode.
Emphasis
Definitely,
on properly.
definitely drop in the comments like what are your thoughts to some of the things that we share. And thank y'all for listening to the High Heels and Tea
Thank you.
podcast.